Welcome to the Drooniverse!
And welcome one and welcome all to the officially unofficial Elite Dangerous Dream Pack. New, shiny, and pretty much exactly the same as before. Here for 2026. How are you all? It's good to see you. Now there has been a disaster already. Uh, my hat pin has disappeared. I can't find it. This is not good. I have been searching for it quite assiduously because I left it here. Last year, I think it must be buried in the snow somewhere. I don't know. It's like I put them in a special little pot, and my special little pot is still here with my other hat pins, and the elite one's not there. I mean, it's a conspiracy. I think Mr. Braven has sneaked in and delegitimized my stream while I wasn't looking. So, yes, never mind. It's a volume. Okay, the volume's too high now. This is the problem. See, I adjusted something the other day. Now let's just tweak that down. There we go. Is it cold? Yes, it is. Because I'm in the attic space. I haven't got the insulation up here quite to my liking. So hence the fact. Yes, is it cold? My wife gave me this scarf for Christmas though, so it is space. Space to your wife has given me a space scarf. It's good. Has it been snowing near you, Drew? We've not heard anything about the weather for at least half an hour. Apparently, there's some sort of storm going on down south. Not that I care about such things, but so yes, that's going to keep everybody else in the UK occupied for a while. So you have to look about it. So yes, apologies for the missing hat pin. But before we get to the missing hat pin and all other exciting news from the Universe of Elite Dangerous, we must do the thing because the thing is the thing is tradition, and I inadvertently entirely forgot about it on Monday's stream. Casting the whole year into a potential cursed abyss by my failure to do the thing that is the thing. So we better do it double quick and extremely well today. So who's first in the chat? It's 1900 hours. It's Cyber Dami. Good to see you, Commander. Welcome back for 2026 to the Elite Dangerous stream. With WGB, of course, he's in second place. One would expect nothing else this early in the year, which is good to see. And Biff Boy 81 is in third, and congratulations. So well done. That's good to see you. D Pitman 42 is here as well. Thank you very much, by the way. D Pitman has gifted me something which we will avail ourselves of in future streams. So stay tuned for that. And many, many thanks indeed, my friend. Very much appreciated. And apologies, I missed it the first time round for reasons of just too much incoming social media stuff. I'm not very good at filtering. But thank you very much indeed. Ugly Spirit is here as well. Good to see you. Thank you very much for popping in. Who else do we have? We have me in the chat, and I haven't written my wedding vows, which is very dangerous. Have a Boo Boo is here with a customary 4 thumbs up, one for every syllable of his username, which is good to see. The Harkonnens are here, poised as ever, fresh and reinvigorated for 2026 to invade Arrakis. You never know. Eric Loss is here. Cyberdime has watched a 3-stream streak, so congratulations on that. That's quite the accolade. The Rundown Titan has run down the Titans in this evening. And in fact, we need to talk about the Titans, don't we, this evening? Because, well, we'll get to that. NDP783 is here, of course, which is good to see. That rhymes. Very important to point that out. Cosmic Drifter is here as well. Good to see you. The Arrakis are here, as we would expect, fighting off the invasions of the Harkonnens, wondering whether they need to put any effort in at all for 2026, but who knows? Wait and see. Sleepy D Wagon Man is here as well. Good to see you. Thank you very much indeed. Frank Miner 2949 is here, and we're all debating the merits of Battle of the Bagpipes, which sounds either like a sort of a curious Scottish rendition of a space cartoon from the 1980s, or something entirely different. Mima Metal is here as well. Good to see you. Thank you very much. He's on a 7-stream streak. That's fantastic. So congratulations on that one. Commander Alex 6 is here as well. Good to see you. Bitstorm is here as well. Good to see you. Uncle Art, yes. The music, courtesy of David Lowe. I did write to him and said, look, I want to sort of do a slightly funny version of, not funny, but I said a homage version of your Frontier Elite 2 music for my stream. Would that be okay? And he graciously said, yes, that would be absolutely fine. So I do actually have his permission. He's a very cool guy. Very, very, very laid back. Has a ZX81 on the wall of his study, I noticed, because I did a quick video conference with him years ago, and we both commented, because at the time I had my ZX Spectrum on the back wall, and he had a ZX81, and we just sort of gave each other a nod of approval, which was very cool. Abstract players here as well. Good to see you. Who the Gnor of Arg? Gronda. Very important to do that. Good to see you. Eridin Dundragon is Dundragoning for there. See with us this evening. Good to see you too. Commander Silent Double T is here as well. Good to see you. How are we doing? Have I got anybody else? Anybody else I've missed? I think we're good. Yeah, Gronda, absolutely. So we've survived here now. This is day 7 of our snow event. We've had 3, and I repeat, 3 amber warnings in the session. Top Shot, hello, good to see you. Did I miss you on the way through, Top Shot? Apologies. I did. Oops, sorry. Yes, there we go. So hello, Top Shot. Good to hear you. Thank you very much for popping in. So we've had 3 amber warnings in a row. Yesterday was peak snow, I think. In terms of the depth, we measured it at 40 centimeters, or just over. It was difficult to tell because it was quite hard to find a flat piece of snow that wasn't drifting. Because if you measure it in the drifts, you can say, "Oh, you had 100 centimeters of snow," which is just silly. But we think it was 40 centimeters or so thereabouts in the undrifted bits. So I do want a prize. I feel I deserve something. It sounds like my computer wall decoration is better than your computer wall decoration. Well, he's a far more talented musician than I am, as you know. So he clearly had already won that competition. So the computer on my wall was very, very slightly more advanced than the computer on his wall. So it was 1-1, I think. And when I say he's a vastly superior musician to me, I mean he's a musician, right? And I'm not. So. But yes, I do think I deserve. We collectively deserve a prize up here because my wife did a fantastic job in prepping us for all the foodness that's required when you get stuck in your house for 7 days. I'm quite impressed actually. We haven't murdered each other actually because we haven't been able to go out for 3 of those days at all. We did dig the cars out today, so we can actually go somewhere potentially tomorrow or Wednesday. But yeah, it's been quite an adventure, and even the locals. I'm quite pleased. I'm quite pleased with this. Even the locals are basically going, yeah, actually, it was quite a lot of snow, and they're getting fed up with it as well. So I feel we are now veterans of a proper Scottish winter. I feel we've crossed the Rubicon, and together with the news that I've been asked to learn to play the bagpipes by some locals. And I will, in fact, be learning to play the bagpipes. I've even been given permission to wear a kilt by the locals. I feel we've crossed the Rubicon. I feel like we've been accepted now after a year of living in Scotland, so it's all good. So you had 3 amber warnings and had a little snow. It's just outside of Birmingham. Okay, well, you're supposed to get some, I think, because of this French storm, which is blowing your way across the English Channel. It's a very dodgy French accent. Something to do with the French spotted the storm coming first, so they got to. I don't quite understand how this works, but they got to name it first. So we've got this very, very kind of like interesting. What's it? Storm Boletto or something, rather than Storm Barry, as we've called it in the UK. So I don't know. It's I think even the French spotted it coming sooner, or it affected them first, or something. Goretti, there we go. Storm Goretti, as opposed to Storm Gaza, as it would have been. Ugly Spirit. So all these threats of bagpipes and kilts. What next? Annex Grid. No, I mean I'm not that insane. And of course, just want to see my novel need. Yeah, I think the French name has got something to it, but apparently it's going to affect northwestern France and obviously southeastern England. How insane are well on a measure of totally sane to Trump, I'm probably about 4 out of 10, I would guess. I'm not sure. How would you guys rate me? There's a question. Dear. So apologies for the missing hat pin. That is quite concerning. Either it's basically run off and discussed at my streaming capabilities, or there's been some kind of plot. Mr. David Braben has infiltrated my house, confiscated my elite stuff. I shall add it to my list of things I need to ask him. Did you pinch my hat pin? Which I'm sure I'll get a quiz. It fell through a time loop and Rex looked at it. I mean, who knows? But it should be here. This is what I don't understand. I haven't done anything else with my hat. This is an internal hat. Okay, this is not an externally rated hat. This is a stream stroke go to conventions only hat because it's felt, right? This is a felt hat. It'd be absolutely no use outside whatsoever. It's not a practical hat in any way, shape, or form. It's the sort of hat you go to parties and stuff in. And although it's nice, it's a very comfortable hat, but it's not one that you should really use for external purposes. It's sort of a class D or C rated shield generator. It's all very well, but it's not very effective. Um, so yeah, I've got a proper leather hat, which is my travelling hat, which is my sort of more kind of classical fedora, which is a bit more robust and is designed to, it's the sort of hat that if you do find yourself running down a darkened passageway covered in cobwebs and there's a great big stone ball rolling towards you, it's the sort of hat that you need in that sort of scenario. That's definitely an A-rated hat, and that's the hat that has been everywhere with me around the world for probably the last 20 years or so. Is the hat pin prone to phasing through dimension? Maybe it is. Maybe it's here, but it's not currently visible. Uh, it's a travelling hat. I do. I do have a travelling hat. It's been. I mean, it has been to a lot of places. My travelling hat's been to Australia, America, most of Europe. It's been to Russia, um, and been to what was East Germany. What, of course, is now just Germany. And a bunch of other places. So yeah, so it's that other hat. I shall have to bring it onto the stream and introduce you to it because it's well travelled. Obviously, I've been with it on its travels, facilitating its crossing of zones. But yeah, that's the hat I take with me on all my adventures. So that's good. Right, so I suppose at some point I haven't pressed the waffle button, have I? Let's press the waffle button for the first time in the new year. Here we go. Ready? Are you braced for impact? Because yeah, you probably got used to not seeing this. So here it is. Right, so there we go. The waffles, yeah. So it's good to have waffles. Well, yeah. So snow has a big feature. It's surprisingly heavy stuff actually. When it starts to melt. My biggest problem with the snow actually hasn't been being snowed in or having to dig the cars out twice in order to go anywhere because yeah, we had enough food. We got 2 freezers here, so we can kind of and it's not difficult keeping food frozen actually. In the middle of winter in Scotland, believe it or not. So the freezers haven't been doing a great deal, I don't think. They've sort of been sitting there going, yeah, this is good. Keeping your food cool, nice and icy, Mr. Wigger. Not a problem. Working on it. So yeah, it must be quite a chill place to be, a freezer in the middle of winter. But and I've got freezers that are specific because I didn't realise this. This is another weirdness. You'd have thought a freezer would be quite at home in a freezing environment, right? Because my plan was, oh, well, just buy a couple of freezers, stick them in one of the outbuildings because I don't need to heat those because they're freezers, right? But apparently, no. You have to buy freezers that are rated for low temperatures, which sounds really stupid. But no, you do. You're quite right, Wintermutual. You need some heat to run a freezer because if it doesn't have any heat, it can't work. And if your freezer isn't designed to operate in freezing conditions, and apparently it just goes bang. So this was all news to me. So I had to do a bit of research and say, where are you putting this freezer? There, I'm putting it in my outbuilding. Well, you don't want that freezer. For a while, I was convinced I was being sold a pup, but it turns out it's true. Yeah, you do need a temperature differential for an ordinary domestic freezer to work. If you want to put one in a cold environment, you have to have a special different one. Mummy Buddy suggests you could just turn it off when the cold is outside. That is very true, but you can't get it there. The problem is if you want a freezer, I don't know what the temperature of a domestic freezer is. Fridge, you'd be absolutely fine. Yeah, a lot of the time up here because a fridge needs to be at 4 degrees, I think. But yeah, a freezer is -18. That's right. So -18 to -20, something like that, and that's that. It's pretty damn cold. And even here in Scotland, it doesn't reach -18 on a regular basis, even in the middle of winter. We've had -5, we've had -9, but -18 is pretty darn low. So yeah. So if you want your freezer to operate in, let's say, 0 degrees, and cool things down to -18, you do have to get a special type of freezer. I didn't know. Did I restock my milk? No, the milk is the only thing that we are now beginning to run a little bit low on. We're hoping to make a milk run, literally. On Fridays. That is the plan. We're working through our normal supplies. We do have 8 pints of emergency backup milk, as you would expect, which is not in Red Dwarf classic style. It's not the dog's milk. We have some UHT milk. 2 sleds are deployed. We have tested out the sleds. We managed to break 1 sled already because we came down the hill a little bit too fast, a bit enthusiastic. So we sort of managed that. So sledging has happened, and various other bits and pieces. The biggest problem has not been the cars. It's not been being snowed in. It's basically the way our house is designed. The roof funnels snow, and well, obviously it's designed to funnel rain primarily into gutters, and that works absolutely fine most of the year. But the L-shaped design of the roof does have the unfortunate side effect of funneling the snow directly in front of the front door. So the other day we got up, opened the door, the snow from the roof had fallen off in the night, and it was up to here. I was like, okay, we will need to shovel our way out of here. So yeah, so we may soon be dipping into emergency UHT milk. I will check the date. I'm sure my wife is entirely all over it. Now I don't really know much about UHT milk. It's ultra horrible taste, is what I understand. Whether it's any good for making tea or making lattes or even putting on your cereal, I don't know. That's right. Well, we do have a roof window, but surprisingly, it's blocked. And I'm not going to open the roof window because there's at least 7 inches of snow on top of it at the moment, from a vague estimation. So yes, there are some challenges. How's the whiskey gone? No, we have been consuming the whiskey alongside all the other beverages. But we're good. We're good. Everything is good. To be fair, the disruption due to the snow, apart from obviously the roads being blocked, none of the power's gone off. Or anything like that. So yeah, props to things, and props to the local farmers who, completely unpaid for and nothing to do with the local council, do drive around I think they're just having a laugh, to be honest, but they do drive around the roads with snowplows on front, and they don't need to unblock our road because they've got access to the fields from another entrance. But they've done our road as well, so it's jolly nice. So I'm very grateful to our farmers. And next time I'm stuck behind a combine harvester in September, I shall not get quite so stressed. I shall go, thumbs up, nice one, guys. You just keep it up, because it was jolly nice of them to effectively use snowplow. Otherwise, we'd have no way of getting out. So that's good. So anyway, I suppose we should move on and do some Elite Dangerousing. I suppose first question off, has there been any galnets? Because we haven't done some grammar Naziing for quite some time. Let's do that. Let's press the button for galnet. Here we go. Brace yourselves, my friend. It's time for galnet. I like that my galnet interlude is extremely epic. It basically sort of paints this picture of galnet being this amazing thing, which of course it never is. But never mind. We have fun. That's the whole point of this. Well, I mean, I have fun. I don't know about you. I can't speak for you guys, but I quite enjoy it. Right, what's going on here? So the last time, so we actually haven't had a galnet for. We haven't had a galnet for 20 whatever. What's the year? It's going to be 3312, isn't it? So it was 3311. This is the last one we saw. The Caspian Explorer was deemed a resounding success. Of course it was. unsurprising. It's a nice ship. We've decided. I've got one, and we're going to play around with it again this evening. So that's all good. That was on the 16th of December. FDev went on their holidays on the 19th. Okay, so are they not back yet? It's I mean, surely I mean, Wintermute GB, you surprised me here because I'm sure by today there's some sort of technology whereby maybe you could put some posts up and maybe some sort of automated computery thing could sort of post them onto the interwebs. Has that not been invented yet? If so, you know what, maybe I should ring up FM and say, do you know there's been this mechanism whereby you can schedule things automatically without human intervention. Who knows? Lunar Sky has just appeared. Hello, good to see you, Lunar Sky. Welcome to 3312, in fact. So now, Gnordavarg, you ask a very, very good question here. Is 3312 a leap year? Well, what is it? Divided by 4, isn't it? So yes, it is. Now, this is a problem, and I can't remember how Frontier addressed this, because this is something they got wrong when they decided the first year of the Elite Dangerous kind of thing would be 3300, and they launched Elite Dangerous, of course, in 2014, was it? Because we're 12 years in now, or was it 2015? I can't remember. Was it 2014? I think it was 2014, wasn't it? You mean scheduling Galnets in advance, which worked out so well? It did, didn't it? That was just a Galnet that fell through a portal in the space-time continuum from a couple of days in the future. No, but there is a problem with leap years, because leap years in the game, i.e. this year, 33-112, do not correspond to leap years here on Earth in our time. So 3312 is a leap year in game, but 2026 is not a leap year here on Earth. So the problem is, in game, there's supposed to be a February the 29th. But because the leap years don't line up between the real world and Elite Dangerous, it can't happen in the game. And the opposite problem has when we have a leap year here on Earth in the 21st century. In the game, we have a 29th of February, but in the game, technically, it shouldn't have a 29th of February. So I can't remember what they do. Do they fudge it? I've got a feeling there was a Galnet article about it. Of course, they're using the Brabian calendar. I remember asking Michael Brooks about it because it's one of those things I thought this will annoy him, and I was right. It did. I said, "What are you going to do about this particular problem, Michael Brooks?" I said, "There's a calamity ahead. I think you need to be aware of it." Haunted Love, you're probably pretty much on the money, actually. I do remember getting a look and something of a rolling of the eyes. I think it was something along those lines. But anyway, so that's something to watch, actually. When February the 29th rolls past, will it exist in game or not? And yeah, next time we have a leap year, which is 2 years' time, I presume, 2028, then find out whether February the 29th actually exists in game when it shouldn't. There we go. There is a new CG starting tomorrow. We know because the DW3 team have leaked it. Okay, those pesky DW3ers telling us that stuff is happening. So well, we're gonna have to get involved with that, obviously, as well. Right. So here we go. Right, Galnet wise. So the Caspian Explorer deemed a rounding success. So okay. Okay, so this is interesting. We've got 2 Galnet articles on the 18th, both of which appear to be exactly the same. Oh, we assume it's leaked because CGs are not usually announced in advance. No, that's very true. It's very true. Maybe they were told it'll go live on this day, and they had some automated stuff, and then Frontier chose the wrong day. I don't know. You're asking me as if I know anything, and I don't. Anyway, so this is the 18th of December, and so is this. So we've had 2 Galnet articles, which appear to be the same one. So I think I'll just read the first one. Oh no, hang on, no, it's not. There's difference here. Ooh. No, they are the same. Sorry, I thought I spotted a difference, but they're not. I was just wondering if there's something weird going on. 1 year has passed since the destruction of Titan. How do we pronounce this again? Cocky Joe, Hokey Cokey. I'm going to go for Joe because that sounds better. In the solar system, brought the Second Thargoid War to an end. Bum bum bum. Cossy Joe. Yeah, I'm with you on this one. We don't always see eye to eye on pronunciation, but you're usually right. So I'll go with that for safety. Cyber Army, that proves it. It's the year of Raxler. We are existing in the space between spaces. That's exactly what's going on. Coochie coo. That's Frank Miner. The conflict cost tens of billions. Tens of billions. Did it really? That's a lot of lives, actually. Tens of billions of lives. And reshaped political, military, and economic priorities. What's with this? Here we go again. Comma and. Oxford commas everywhere. You don't need a comma before a conjunction. How many times do we have to say this? And economic priorities across every major civilization. In the time since, stations and settlements once abandoned due to caustic damage have been successfully restored. By flipping a switch in the server, which basically says delete the caustic damage and replace with original textures. Blame Microsoft Office. It's the default. You see, that's just American. That's just Americans coming over here trying to do regime change, isn't it? But why do the Americans like Oxford commas? Okay. Blame MS Office. It's the default. What does Mr. Office have to say about it? Well, in these enlightened times, Mr. Office doesn't get a look in, I'm afraid. Trade routes have been reopened, industries restarted, and, newly colonized systems have seen communities flourish far from the scars of the war. Bum, bum, bum. Insol visitors gathered at a beacon positioned near the wreckage of the site of Costa. I think we should go and check this beacon out. I don't remember seeing the beacon. A reminder of both the triumph and the sacrifice that ended the Thargoid advance. Many still struggle with loss, while others have taken the opportunity to begin again by rebuilding and supporting colonization efforts to expand humanity across the stars. But the peace gained, they started with a preposition, but the peace gained at such a cost has proven fragile, bum bum bum, because everyone's fighting over some plants. Humanity came together to fight off the mass incursion of a hostile alien species and then degraded into partisan fighting over a plant. In recent weeks, the discovery of a remarkable new exobiological species, Radicoida iudica, within the HIP 87621 system, has triggered escalating political and military tensions. All three superpowers, and the 12 major powers who represent them, are now engaged in the strategic battle for control over the surrounding enclave. Except they're not really, though, are they? I mean, I can wander in there quite happily with no real threat to myself at all. Political analysts have expressed concern that humanity may be repeating old mistakes. Well, here's a surprise. As one commentator observed at a memorial service on Mars, we prove we can unite against an external threat. The question is whether we can learn to do the same without one. Actually, that's quite a good quote. I quite like that. We proved we can unite against an external threat. The question is whether we can learn to do the same without one. That's actually quite good. Oh, you may find this article of interest, says Dimitri. I shall go and click on some random link that's been posted to me in the chat. You're trustworthy. It'll be fine. To be fair, I mean, if we look back, I suppose we could do that very briefly. If we look back on 2025, it's been a pretty good year for Fleet Days. We've had some new content, haven't we? New ships, a bit of this and a bit of that. Some new plants to scan. It's probably not a bumper year for Elite Dangerous. So I would generally say yes, it's been a pretty good one. I mean, 2 years ago, we sort of started this stream a little bit in the sense of, right, what are we going to do to kind of get Elite Dangerous back on its feet? It kind of felt like that 2 years ago. 2 years downstream, it feels like there's no danger to Elite Dangerous at all. It seems that Frontier is back on its feet. And we've got a new CEO, haven't we? Joe something? Wintermute will know. It was all good. So yeah, Frontier seems to be somewhat re-energized, which is good to see. At least that means our favourite space video game will continue to go. One could even say an excellent year. I think certainly certainly compared to many of the previous years, it was definitely a lot better. So that's really good. I'm sure there was a science fiction story about all of humanity's infighting was what kept our weapons sharp for when the aliens. Well, that's keep the military-industrial complex going. Yeah, absolutely, that's what the club was all about. Uniting against the threat, making sure we were ready. Alan Attack, hello Drew, happy New Year as always. Greetings from Poland. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, 07 Commander. Yes, the CMO is now the CEO, and acronyms are good. So, and this final Galnet seems to be just a kind of automated report, so that doesn't have to be interesting at all. So we'll skip on quickly from that. So let's go and have a look at Wintermute GB. What could possibly go wrong putting a marketing exec in charge? Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about this lady at all, other than she was in marketing and now she's CEO. She seems to have come up quite fast, doesn't she? So maybe she's been trained and she's really, really good. I don't know anything about her. So is it a good move? I am totally and utterly unqualified to pass an opinion, so I won't. Right, so okay, let's see what Wintermute has sent us here. He has sent us a link to the Epic Games Store, which is nice. 2025 was huge for Elite Dangerous. Here's what 2026 has to offer. Oh, it's Charlie Hall. We like Charlie Hall. He's good. So a remarkable year. More than a decade after its original release, it kicked off in February with an update called Trailblazers System Colonization. That's true, we had that. That's very good. System Colonization was very, very good. It was fun building some bases, wasn't it? I mean, we haven't done much since, but it was good. It was quite nice that we could actually start to make our mark on the Elite Dangerous universe, which is pretty good. Given there were 400 billion stars out there, it wasn't much of a mark, but we built some stuff, which was great. So yeah, we got new ships. And player agency, very nice. Yes, we like that. That's the thing. Caspian Explorer. We had the Prospector ship. The Toucan ship. What's that one called? It was good. And we know we've got the some other bits and pieces as well. So we've got that. On the foot bit coming, haven't we? The Type 11. Oh, the Corsair, that's right. So that's quite good. And the operations thing, that's what's coming, isn't it? Yeah, so that's really, really good. So that's going to be quite interesting to see. That's good. Now, this is an interesting little comparison. So obviously Charlie's been talking to some people at Frontier. So scales are extremely difficult to connect in a meaningful way. It's difficult to imagine that you've got a guy on foot with a little pistol and a huge 250-meter long war machine with giant railguns hovering overhead. But I think in terms of fun, there's really something we want to tap into. Okay, so they've acknowledged that spaceships are big, people are small, which is fair. The reason for that was the side effects of elite enormous scale, while on-foot players are human-sized, which obviously makes sense, and wheeled SRVs are roughly the size of an SUV. Some of the player-owned starships are simply massive. Take the popular Anaconda hull, for example. It's one of the called an Anaconda hull, which at 155 meters in length is just a bit shorter than the United States Navy's Zermatt-class guided missile destroyer. Nice comparison. I wonder why he used the US Navy ship when he should have used a British warship. I assume we've got some British warships still. I have no idea. It's a British game. Come on, man. How long is that in double-decker buses? You see, that's what they should be doing. There are three recognised scales in the in the UK. The first one is a banana. Clearly, I think it's now become an international device for measuring the scale of things. Bananas, but in the UK there are two others. One of which is how long is it compared to a double-decker bus, which is a uniquely British kind of thing. And the other one is for much bigger things, how many whales, and by whales I don't mean the cetacean creatures, I mean the country. How many whales could you put into that particular area? So those are the things that make sense to us in the UK. Now, I'm sure a United States Navy Zermatt-class guided missile destroyer is quite an imposing machine. No doubt about it. Possibly anchored off the coast of Greenland as we speak. But I have no idea how big one of those is. So it's totally useless to me. Um, so, yeah, okay, well that's good. I mean, so operations is coming. We don't know how many whales can you fit into whales. Now that is a question that needs answering. I think that's one for ChatGPT. In fact, I'm going to ask it that exact question now. How many whales can you fit into whales? Dear. And the answer is about 140 million. Well, there we go. How are you stacking? Right, assumptions, because this is science, obviously. ChatGPT is very familiar with my type of questioning. Whale type, this is a blue whale, okay, for maximum slithers. Average footprint, 30 meters long. Area of whales is approximately 20,000 kilometers squared. Therefore, the maths comes out as 140 million blue whales. Okay, this does ignore, okay, mountains, valleys, castles, sheep, and angry locals. The whales are assumed to be lying flat, compliant, and not overlapping. Tidal issues, bilingual signage, and ethical concerns have been entirely disregarded. If instead you meant stacked vertically, swimming, or realistically, the answer rapidly collapses into either not many or please stop this experiment immediately. A gloriously British question, though, all linguistic mischief. ChatGPT knows me too well. Ah, dear. So that was good. So that's all good. So we've had a good year, I think. Yeah. So my ChatGPT is I've tweaked its personality to be basically cheeky, but not stupid, and to be sort of British sense of humour. It's quite funny, which is a fun thing you can do. Right, I suppose we ought to get into the game and go and have a poke around. Let's do that. Let's do that thing. Here's the playthrough. Are you braced? One more time. Here we go. Right, we're back, and we're in a spaceship. That's the other thing. I haven't found a way yet to show you this, because I don't know how effective it would be. But my wife had an Oculus Quest 2 a couple of years ago, which she couldn't get on with because her eyesight doesn't really work with it very, very well. And it's been languishing in a box ever since we moved. And she dug it out and tried it again. She still couldn't get on with it. And she basically said to me, "Do you want it?" And I said, "Well, I don't think it's any use to me, because I assumed it was just a standalone headset." But it turns out it's not just a standalone headset. So I actually had a look at it. And then when I discovered I could actually plug it into my PC, I was like, "Oh, hang on a minute, will it play Elite Dangerous?" And it does. And so I have experienced now Elite Dangerous in VR, and actually sitting at my own computer. Yeah, being able to take my time and not trying to muck about with somebody else's rig, and having everything to hand, I actually managed to cope with the kind of, the weird nauseousness of VR for a bit longer than I have to. So I'm training my brain to cope. But I'm not sure it's really something I should use on stream, because I look like a complete loon. Well, obviously I look like a complete loon, but even more of a complete loon than I normally would. And I don't know if I wouldn't be able to read the chat, and I don't know if I'd be able to. Actually sort of stream anything coherent, looking around like this. So I probably won't use it for my stream. But I have to say, it's one hell of an experience. I did, as you can see, I'm parked on an ice planet, and I did disembark in my SRV. I didn't drive around much because the SRV is even worse than the spaceships. But I mean, wow, it does look pretty insanely good, doesn't it? I have to say, the VR does add an awful lot to the experience. It does make you genuinely think you're sitting in a spaceship. I shall do a bit more of that, because that was very cool. I also found it works with my flight simulator, I haven't tried it with anything else like Star System or anything else, but I did try it with some other bits and pieces as well. I've revisited a game. Oh, and No Man's Sky, yes. Now, a No Man's Sky, I need some help on that in VR because it did look amazing. It really did look amazing. What I was really surprised to find is that you have to virtually grasp your flight controllers in No Man's Sky. So it's not like you have a throttle and stick physical one that I've got obviously for playing the game here like this and like this. But you virtually grasp the controls inside the ship, and obviously there's no direct feedback because you're just waving your arms about control the ship, which takes a bit of getting used to. It's pretty cool. Now the only thing I couldn't figure out is how to get out of the ship when I landed, because it says in the instructions there are 2 bars in your ship and you're supposed to pull them up. Or slide them forward or backwards or something. And no matter what I did, I could see the bars and I could grip them. But no matter what I did, I was just stuck in the ship. I'd be intrigued if anybody can help me out with that, because I could not figure out how to get out of the ship. So I was a bit disappointed. I wanted to have a wander around on the planet's surface, because of course you can't do that in Elite Dangerous properly. The Odyssey expansion doesn't work with VR, which is insanely disappointing. Actually, I don't know quite why it isn't, unless it's an entirely different game engine that they suddenly switch to when you're on foot compared to when you're not on foot. Maybe it is. I don't know the technicalities of it, but the No Man's Sky, it looked great, but I couldn't get out of the ship. A flight simulator was amazing. That was very, very cool. Elite Dangerous, very, very good. Obviously in spaceship and SRV, but not on foot. And then inbuilt games for the Oculus Quest 2 were very cool. I got myself super hot. Not me, obviously, because there's no way anybody would describe me as super hot. But there is a game called Super Hot, which is very good. And that was a standalone game. So actually, the Quest 2 is actually quite cool in that regard. I know there's a Quest 3 and a 3S out now. But it's a standalone headset as well as one you can plug into your 3D games machine. So I was sold. So very, very good. So an upward motion with the controller. So I was trying that. I presume you mean like that, but it didn't. I thought, well, maybe I should be pushing the canopy up. I don't know. I'll try it again, but it didn't respond. Everything else was fine, but I couldn't open the canopy and get out of the ship. So that was a bit disappointing. But there we go. Never mind. No Man's Sky sounds does look very nice indeed in VR. So that's good. Right. So where am I? What was I doing? I think this is because I went out in VR. I chose a nice planet to have a kind of little wander around in. So I think I'm right in saying that this particular planet, nobody's ever been here before. I don't know quite where I am. I don't think am I that far out in space? I don't think I'm that far out. Oh, I am a fair way out. Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm on the edge of the bubble here. That's right. I'm on the edge of the bubble. Now, my plan is to head towards. So this is a little bit of an exploration shakedown cruise. Is to head out towards Colonia, because obviously Distant Worlds will be kicking off soon, and I need to head in this direction. Am I holding the trigger button? So so basically, this Alessia Verdi character is going to be heading off to Colonia. So what I'm going to have the option to do is that Alessia Verdi will be on the Distant Worlds 3 expedition. My normal Druwager commander, who already is elite in exploration, is staying back in the bubble, so we can do both bits depending on what's going on. Does DW3 start in Colonia? I don't know exactly where their first waypoint is. I've got a feeling it kicks off in the bubble from what I've heard, but I don't know the details yet. I've possibly been told, but A, I'm not allowed to tell you, and B, I've forgotten. So so there we go. Now I don't, when I last did the run to Colonia, it was several years, possibly 5 or 6 years ago now, and there was nothing between the bubble and Colonia at all of any significance in terms of infrastructure. Now I understand nowadays there is. So my question is, are there a bunch of bases along the route? Which I believe the answer is yes. And More important question is B, how do I find them? Is there a mechanism in game for me to locate where they are? Because if I'm going to head in that general direction, it'd be nice to have a target area where I can go to them. And maybe, and here I just landed here out of complete randomness because it looked like a nice planet, and I got a first football, which was cool. Um, if Andy P says, if I remember the PS4 versions, this is No Man's Sky, presumably, you had to grab the rail before pushing. So maybe you need to grab trigger first. Okay. Can I just use the map? Well, that's a good question. Are you saying can you, the generic experienced commander, use the nav filters? In which case, the answer may well be yes. If you're saying, can you, Drew, a completely incompetent commander who should no way be in charge of a spaceship, use the filters? Then the answer is probably a resounding no. I can filter by civilization, right? Let's try doing that. So what have I got here? Star class, which I've already filtered by. Security, state. Interesting enough, it doesn't have impending invasion by the US on list. Expansion, perhaps. Okay, so hang on. I'm filtering for what? Economy, government. Do any of these planets have all? Civilization, human. There we go. Okay. Okay, so if apply. No, I don't want to apply the filter to root. I just want to see. So is that now doing that? Okay, so I've got human civilizations switched on. So okay, so how do I locate something on the route? Because nothing is appearing if I do that. So I can see a bunch of stars, but I don't see anything out here. Oh, hang on, is that? No, that's. There are some little dusty motes on the map. See, this is the thing. I don't see anything. Frank, I was just trying to do in-game stuff, but if that doesn't work, we'll switch to an hour, of course. But I think I did bust the spaceship slightly as well, because I wasn't paying attention. Is my spaceship slightly busted? Well, this is 100%, so maybe it's okay. So yeah, that's what I haven't quite figured out. The nearest might be Lagoon Sector. Okay, so I mean, if you're giving me some places to go, that's cool. Lagoon Sector. Because I remember encountering some asteroid. Let's try that then. Okay, so how far away is that? Well, that's quite a long way, isn't it? Okay, so now that my filter's gone off again, hasn't it? Which is... Oh, no, it hasn't. Oh, no, okay, those are humans. Oh, those are human civilizations. Okay, so Lagoon Nebula is... in there. Okay. Is there anything closer? Yeah, see, the problem is the colours don't appear until you're quite close in, do they? So that there is about the closest. Yeah, because if I scroll that further, that there is the closest. If I wander across in this direction, is there anything? So that's where I was heading to. Is that literally the nearest next piece of civilization? Parrot's Head is closer, but not directly on your path. I'm just looking for some nice waypoints that I could. I mean, okay, well let me. This is probably good for exploration purposes, just in general route planning. Let me. There's the lagoon. So let me bookmark one or something in here. There's quite a few little civilizations in here. Let's just bookmark that one. I'll just call it waypoint. WP 1. Oh, the other one's closer. I'm gonna call it waypoint 2. Oh, it's only 4 jumps. Okay, that's a bit pointless, isn't it? Okay, so that's fair enough. Right, what about another one? Okay, that looks like there's something over there. Let's go back in. There we go. Is it? I see there's some there. Is there something over here in the Omega Nebula? Ah, there we are. As I said, there was a Colonia collection thingamajig. Well done for spotting that. Okay, so this is good. Okay, so where? Okay, let's see if I can work out this. Okay, I'm just going to switch it back because for anybody who's wanting to go to Colonia, this is probably useful. Okay, so these are connection highlights. Okay, so Lagoon sector. I'm going to have to try and remember this. I don't suppose I can do anything useful like copy and paste it, can I? Okay. Because it would be useful to... I've got the feeling this is the same one. Doesn't that copy and paste in here? I bet it doesn't. Oh, it does. Good grief. Okay, so let's mark this one. So hang on, let me go to my bookmarks and delete. No, those aren't my bookmarks. Where's the thing I just bookmarked? Bookmarks. I want to call that one waypoint 1. I'm just doing a bit of route plotting. Yes, I should be in the Drew private group. Yes. Okay, so I added the bookmark. So does that appear? Well, okay. Where are my bookmarks then? Or are those my bookmarks? Okay, there we go. Those are my bookmarks, right? So that one I want to delete. Can I delete it? Remove bookmark. Right, so there's waypoint 1. Brilliant. Okay, so these are other places that I've been, this is fair enough. Right, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, this is now turning into an expedition, so that's good. So that's going to be my next route plot. 51 jumps. Okay, that takes me to there, which it just shows how darn big the galaxy is, even with this ship. Okay, so that's good. Right, back to. Sorry, I was in the game there and you couldn't see any of that. Right, let's get the next one. Then it's the Eagle sector. Okay, I'm just going to punch these into the game quickly. Actually, I can switch back to the game. It's probably more interesting. There you go. Right, so I can actually cut and paste, which is jolly good. Okay, so how much further out is that? A long way. It's a big galaxy, isn't it? I can plot directly there if I wanted to, which I didn't want to do, but there we go, never mind. So that's going to be waypoint 2. Nice. Okay. So that should be in there as well. Waypoint 2. Brilliant. Okay. Next one is... This is making for a very exciting stream. Oh, this is Rohini. Oh, it's actually got a name. But if you are planning to do a trip to Colonia, which obviously I will be because I need to get my my character out there. This is probably a good way to go because you know that if you do screw something up, you've got somewhere friendly to repair things. You're riveted, in fact, to your seats with excitement. You are, I know. You wait till you start doing some hyperspace jumps, then you're going to wet yourself. I can guarantee it. So waypoint 1, waypoint 2, waypoint 3. Right, this. I'm picking up speed now. Oh, I pressed the button. This I didn't mean to press. So that's 1, 2, 3. Then there's a bit more of a gap to this Scowdy place. So that's going to be number 4. Which is in the middle of a nebula. Nice. So that's waypoint 4. Okay. Then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is the Gru Haipu Gagarin's Gate Vostok 1 Nebula. Ooh, I like the little references. It's all good. Okay. That's in that direction. That's there. That's going to be waypoint 5. Traditionally always comes after waypoint 4, I find. I'm being traditional here, but it's for added comprehensibility. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the 6, 7, 8, and then we get to Colonia. Okay. The Caravanserai. I like that. That's a nice little nod to traveling people. Dunk. Okay, that's going to be your waypoint 6. Nice. Waypoint, and this one is the Grand Formation, whatever that one is. Okay, this works well. It's working well. Yeah, so I like to carry the module fixing stuff just because I like to be self-sufficient, but I also quite like having the bases out there. Waypoint 8, I think that is. Let me just check my bookmarks. Yeah. Oh no, that was waypoint 7. Let's not get it wrong. Got my numbers. Ugh. Why does it delete the entire line? It's just annoying. Right, there we go. And then finally, there should be the last one. The Vihara Gate. Nice. And that gets us to Colonia. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. That means also I can do the jumps in a way that's not too exhausting, because whilst it is fun to play Elite Dangerous, it does get a bit wearing just traveling through space internally. So let's just have a look. That should now show up on the map as all my. There you go. So there's the route. That's quite nice, isn't it? So there's Colonia over there, and here is the route to Colonia from the bubble, which is good. Didn't realise neutron boost. So yeah, I suppose I can plot bits and pieces in, but that's quite a nice route. It's relatively flat, so it's quite an efficient way to get to Colonia. So that's good. And AMFUs are 0 tons. They don't use any weight. It's nice to have them board, but they do take up a module slot, which you potentially could use for something else, I suppose. So I'm and I feel that my ship is as good as I'm going to be bothered to get it. So just for, and the reason I'm taking Alessa Verdi is because A, she's a lore character, and B, her explorer rank is only ranger. So she does need. She hasn't actually got to elite in anything, so I feel like she should probably make a elite in exploration at the very least. But my ship is set up currently as follows. So we've got the gravity optimized thrusters, which come on the Caspian, an auto field maintenance unit, which is currently switched off. The Guardian frameshift boosted for range, a shield generator that's been engineered for lightweight, just to avoid bounces on ground, because I'm an awesome pilot, but occasionally I get things wrong. Another field maintenance unit to look after the other field maintenance unit. A Mark II supercharged optimized frameshift drive, which has been engineered. Vehicle hangar, which contains both types of SRV. Obviously a fuel scoop, power distributor, life support. I've got a beam laser on board. I can't remember why, but because I know, I might just want to fire one. I don't. It's a 1E beam laser. It just gives me something to shoot. I've got research limpet controls and repair limpet controls. I don't know. Did I buy? I've got Super Cruise Assist, which I normally take off. Did I buy? Okay, I've got some cargo space, all the other usual stuff. Weapon color has been switched to green. I've got all the scannery bits. Did I buy any limpets? Oh, I did. Good grief! I'm actually prepped for the journey. You thought the hold was going to be empty, didn't you? Ah, Kazakh. Yes, that's why we put it on. Yes, you're very wise. I'd entirely forgotten, but you are quite right. We probably a lightweight beam laser in case we happen across anything that requires an energy weapon to activate, such as Guardian Beacon. Yeah, you're quite right. That's why we put it on. It's not an offensive weapon. It's basically a pen light, but just in case I need to charge something up with the laser beam. It's an exploration vessel, but it does have a laser on board, which is fair enough. I've got no other offensive weapons, but I do have that. I haven't got any mining tools because, or have I? Did I put any mining weapons? I don't think I did. Or did I? No, I haven't got any mining things. I could change that, but it's just wait. Do I have the planetary scan suite? I'm hopeful I do. I've got the planetary approach suite. What's the planetary scan suite? I've got system colonization. Discovery scanner composition data link and advanced planetary approach. Well, I'm sitting on a planet. What does the planetary scan suite do? The detailed surface scanner. Was that there? It's a suite for scanning polar nets, planets. It would show in the fire group as well. Okay. Surface scanner. I've got the surface scanner. Yes, there we go. That's all set up. That's all set up to go. So I can do all that. I can do all that sort of sciencey stuff. That's good. This planet actually was just fun. Let me show you this because I found this planet. I think I've got the first football on this one, assuming I get back. Now, what I quite enjoyed here is this planet had this nice flat, expansive area where I could do wheel spins around in my SRV. It's rare in Elite Dangerous, I find, to get a nice flat surface where you can have a bit of a laugh with the ship. So what you notice here is that this Scorpion is a much better handling craft than the normal SRV, because I can put it on full lock and just let the throttle go and it just tracks straight. You can't spin the Scorpion at all. It's a really good ship. So it's a much more stable platform for driving around. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any scanners on it. So it's not very used for scientific-y stuff, but it's a good ship for having a drive. So that was me talking better than that. So yeah, let's just board there. So yeah, you can't scan that. So, but if you go in the SRV by comparison. And I suppose I've got my SRVs, they've got limited guns on them as well, haven't they? So that's kind of like, if I deploy this one by comparison. A wing invite! Did I miss the wing invite? Oh yeah. Oop. There we go. Fantastic. If I drive this one out, put the handbrake on. I don't understand the handling of this SRV because either there's because it just, I mean, you can sort of overcorrect. So in my head I'm doing a sharp left turn that's understeers and then it oversteers and then you should turn into the skid, which I did look, and then it fishtails. It's like the centre of gravity of the thing is in the wrong place. It doesn't handle the way it should. It feels like something's a bit weird here because the first time you turn in, it turns in really well, and then it loses its back end and then it just spins out. So it feels like it needs the front anti-roll bars loosened off. I wish you could tweak stuff like that. Because you can't catch the skid. That's what annoys me. I don't mind a skiddy car, a bit like my MX-5, but I do object when I can't catch it. See, there I've just about caught it, but it doesn't. And the other thing is, I've got it at full throttle, So as far as I'm concerned, the engine should keep pushing power into the engines, into the wheels. But when it slows down and does that, it cuts the engine power. It's like it's got a traction control system, and I want to switch that off. And if you switch the driver assist thingy off, it doesn't. The traction control system is invasive, and I don't like it. What I want is a 1980s SRV with no traction control systems. Okay, so that needs to be implemented as well. But it is, to be honest, it is good on this environment because this is, I think, assuming this is an ice planet, there is less grip overall. So this is a good place. So look, I've got opposite lock and it's not turning. It's like it doesn't respond. You can't drive it at speed and keep it under control. It's annoying. But you can chuck it sideways and it should now catch it. Yeah, I almost caught it there. Yeah. So, never been entirely happy with the handling of the SRV. It's always been a bit weird. I mean, it's not a car, obviously, so maybe I'm asking a bit much of it, but it doesn't feel quite right. The skid always felt artificially implemented to me. Yeah, I think yes. Elite Dangerous Drift. Basically, same as a Golf GTI. That's kind of what I want. I do kind of want a Golf. Yeah, actually, no, I want an MX-5 SRV. That's what I want. Just give me a rear-wheel drive SRV. Take off. See, if I had the SRV, I'd take off the middle set of wheels, depower the front wheels. That would make it an awesome machine. I want a lunar rover from Apollo 14. Yeah, but that's not got enough horsepower, though. I don't think. Right, I have got some very nice looking Mandalays just parked in front of me. Commander Top Shot and Cyberdarmy have tracked me down here in the depths of space. So, now how does this, just out of curiosity, how does this first footfall work? Now, I've got first footfall here, but I haven't reported it in. So, if Commander Cyberdarmy or Commander Top Shot race me to the destination, can they claim the first footfall before me? Is that how it works? Is it like claim jumping? They can. Okay. Oh no, says Sidewinder 40. So, there's a difference of opinion. First footfall is immediate, says Top Shot. First footfall is constant. I think you see it already on the map. Oh, is it already on the map? Okay, let's have a look. So here's the planet. Oh yeah, look, there we go. Look, first football by me. Oh, it's see, that's interesting because the old isn't first discovered though. Doesn't that require you to hand your data in? That's a bit weird, isn't it? So how does Interstellar, whatever it's called, Galactica, know that you've got first football? That's interesting. So, okay, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So, has anybody else been into this system? Just out of curiosity, because I literally just chose this planet because it had an atmosphere, and I thought that'd be fun to look around in VR. So, first football by Top Shot. It's already been there. This is another landable planet that looks quite cool. First bat and first football. So other people have been here. I think I just got lucky. Oh, that one there though doesn't have anybody in it. Let's rag the other three, each one further out. So, but yeah, we can't land on those though, can we? I think that's the problem. Those are not landable planets. Is that what that means? You've got to have this circle around them. Or is that the atmosphere? Which way around is it? I thought that this arc meant it was landable. Is that not right? Oh, tag them. First discovered by. Well, it could do, but I'm not too bothered about that. We're the arc is landable. That's right. So that one is, but Top Shot's already been there. The cheeky monkey. This one here, nobody's landed on. This one here, nobody's landed on, and this one here has been landed on by name the profession. Okay, so tell you what, Cyberdarmy, why don't you take this one? Top Shot can go for the furthest one, and I'll go for I'll go for this one. Let's get our names on the stream simultaneously in this system. So Cyber go over here, Top Shot go over there, and I'll go here, and then we'll meet up once we've done our first football. So yeah, let's stake our claims. I like that. That's pretty cool. Is my ship chrome? No, I think my ship is generic. I could detail scan it. I suppose I might as well. Yeah, go on then. Detail scan it first. Yes, I think it's a good idea to do it, isn't it? I'll align with the escape vector. Or not. Sometimes the escape vector works and sometimes it doesn't, which I find a bit weird. Here we go. This is a very cool way of getting around places fast, isn't it? I do like the SCO drive. It's essential for exploration now, really, isn't it? Not a problem with the SCO drive, no. Even at the prodigious fuel consumption rate. It's just like a turbo boost for space, which is exactly the sort of thing I like. I like the way it introduces some artifacts on the HUD as well, a bit like the Thargoid intervention, the hyperdiction stuff. And you've got to steer a little bit, which is quite nice. Don't know how close I need to get there, but well, it's a bit too far out, but never mind. We'll get away with a bit more. I haven't quite figured out, because there's the rule of 6 seconds for normal hyperspace approach. I haven't figured out the corresponding kind of thing for the SCO drive, because it seems to vary with distance a bit. There you go, look, I've overcooked it again. Has anybody come up with a SCO drive rule of thumb for the distance versus speed and when you decide to cut off the SCO drive? Because I'm always under or overshooting, which is a bit annoying. Look how fast I got there, though. I mean, that's pretty cool, isn't it? We'll do a little bit of the planetary scannery thingamajiggies, detail surface scanner. Yeah, there might be something interesting down there. Probably not, but let's switch to the surface scanner. There we go. I'm going too fast. Slow down. There we go. Right. Oh, that's the wrong button. Right, so we are. Oh, it's a quite big planet. It's a 7 prober. 1, 2, 3. Oh, surface scan complete already. No, it isn't. Where'd they get that from? Surface scan complete. Where's that coming from? Surface scanned by 50%. There we go. That's better. And now I've got the one from behind. Let's shoot it over there. This is a funny little game, this, isn't it? Oh, it's from the wing. That's what I'm hearing, is it? Ah, okay. Those guys are ahead of me then. Way more efficient at playing than I am, unsurprisingly. Yay! Surface scan complete. See, there we go. Surface scan complete. Doesn't look like there's anything on the surface of interest, however. But never mind. Let's go down and get our first football. That's always quite a nice little thing. Now there's some nice colour down there. Now we can also try out this Caspian super steep. A couple of nice craters there. I always quite like landing in craters. So let's do that. Let's land on the Terminator here, right on the crater rim. It's always quite nice, I think, to look across at these massive craters. Orbital flight engaged. Sometimes these craters actually look worse from the ground than they do look how steep you can go down this ship, than they do on the ground, because of course they're so big, these craters, and quite accurate here, that the crater edge when you're on the ground is actually over the horizon, which is nice. Does this one have an atmosphere? I think it does have something, doesn't it? Let's get right down here. I just quite like standing on these massive crater rims and looking across. From all to cruise. See if we can find a place to land. I remember doing Road to Riches and getting really good at surface scans. Yeah, that's a good little expedition, isn't it? Road to Riches, actually. I quite enjoyed that. Right, we want somewhere nice and flat at the top here where we can get a good view. That looks like a reasonable position over there, actually. Bitstorm is a good question. Has the Stellar Forge had any love since Caleb? I don't know. Does anybody know? I mean, they seem to have got rid of the glitchy shadows problem for the most part. That used to be really bad. I can't say I've noticed it recently. So is that much improved? Does anybody know? Okay, this looks like a reasonable flat piece of terrain here.
Lighting gear deployed.
Of course, this is a bigger ship, so there we go. Oh, this is where the game is really irritating. It just goes from unsuitable to yes, it is suitable to back again. Oh, so flickering has been fixed. Okay, so that's good. Let's park down the hill. Oh, that's actually quite a nice. Well, not that bad view here. Come on, let me land. I hate this. This is really irritating. It says it's okay and then it's not okay. Oh, come on. Stop cheating. Alignment is fine. And then the moment... makes it very difficult to land the ship. It won't go down. Doesn't want to land. That's kind of annoying. Let's go back a bit. You can see the crater rim quite nicely. Maybe something a bit flatter. It looks pretty flat, to be honest. That's quite a good landing site. And it just goes to unsuitable terrain as you get close, which is quite irritating. Well, any landing you can walk away from is a good landing. Oops. Right, let's disembark. Let's have a quick look around. I gave the ship quite a nasty clonk there, actually. I think I must have probably buckled the undercarriage. Right, there we go. Do I get first footfall? Look at that. There we go. Let's just have a look round. Yeah. See, there shouldn't have been no reason why it couldn't have landed there. What's that glow?
Warning. Extremely low temperature detected.
24 Kelvin. Yeah, that's pretty darn cold, isn't it? This is where VR actually was quite impressive, because you stand back and have a look at the ship like that, and you think, "Wow!" Oh, it's one of my wingmates there. Open your visor, smoke a cigarette. Minus 24. It's quite a pretty spot there, isn't it? Because the sun is just below the tiny little bit of light being left. I mean, it can be very pretty. Elite Dangerous. You've got to give it that. Let's just stand on this little hillock here and look over the rim. So yeah, it's impressive stuff. That's a big ship, isn't it? That Caspian. Right, so let's get on with this. Right, so there's a first football. Well done, everybody. Did you other guys get your marks? Sounds like you did. I can hear them shooting about somewhere up there. But yeah, standing on these places in VR. So on-foot external view works in VR. Does it? Okay, interesting. I'll have to try that. So I've been looking at it from the SRV instead. But okay, the thin atmosphere does look great. And this was the last Stellar Forge out, so it'd be nice to have some thicker atmospheres and oceans. Oceans would be good, because oceans and some weather would be quite cool, wouldn't it? Thicker atmospheres and stuff. I wonder if anything like that's coming, or whether that's going to require an Elite Dangerous 3 or 2, or Elite even more dangerous, Elite Mild Peril or something. All right, let's do a run across this crater. Clouds would be very Buck Rogers. They would, wouldn't they? This is one hell of a crater, isn't it? If you think about it. Imagine the impact that must have been to gouge out something like this. Taking you hours to drive down there in the SRV. It is all quite impressive, this stuff. I mean, it's a shame that it literally is just a bump map. And I know it's a procedurally generated, utterly unique in the entire simulated galaxy, but it's still a bump map. Which is, and you know there's nothing down there that's all that interesting to discover. That's the problem, I think. I do like the vistas. Always have done, but I don't think Frontier ever managed to solve the procedurally generated vastness being filled with actual interesting content. I think No Man's Sky goes a bit too far, because there's an interesting thing around every corner which doesn't feel realistic either, does it? But it's a different type of game. It's not pretending to be real. Whereas Elite Dangerous, and I suppose the other thing, most of these planetoids are, of course, just desolate rocks floating around in space, aren't they? I mean, what would you expect to find other than a bunch of rocks? But it'd be nice to be able to do some science on the surface, sort of Mars rovery type, take some core samples. I don't know. I just wanted to. I feel that exploration needs to have some more science in it. I quite like the scanner on No Man's Sky, where it gives you like a pseudo scientific kind of thing that you do. Maybe somebody tried to park a Panther Clipper. There we go. Look, but now at the bottom of that massive slope, that was insane. We were travelling at 300 meters per second there, which I think is about 600 miles an hour. And it's taken us a few good minutes to get down to the bottom of that crater. So that is a big crater, isn't it? A very big crater. Very cool. Right, I suppose I better get on with flying around. I'm not sure I'm going to make it to my destination by the end of the stream, but there we go. So Elite Deadly, that's what we should call it. Yeah. So if we do Elite, if we go Elite Dangerous, then we go Elite Deadly, then the only thing we can do after that is go Elite. Oh, Elite Squared, which doesn't sound right. So let's have a look at my trusty galaxy map. Where are we going next? We are heading out into the black. Where is my first bookmark? It's there. How far away is that? Now, can I trim that by doing neutron thingamajigs? Well, I'm using jet cone boost to do that. Okay, so it's 51 to the nearest piece of human civilization out in the black. That's a long way, isn't it? Elite harder. There's the SCO drive. Nice. Need to work a bit of SCO. Right, I'm going to continue on that into black. How many jumps is it? It is 51 jumps. So I'm not going to complete it today. We're just going to tool around out into space. Heading on our way to Colonia. First time chat from XXX_Z0Z0_XXX. First time, and thank you very much for the first time chat. Appreciate you joining the stream. Happy New Year, Mr. Drewegger. I've got a question. Is it possible to walk around your ship in Elite Dangerous? Not really. I mean, if I answer your question entirely literally, it is possible to walk around your ship in the sense that you can park it somewhere and walk around the outside of it. But I think that's not what you mean. What I think you mean, and I'll stop being cheeky, is can you walk around inside your ship? In the normal game, no. And you can look around, but you can't walk around. If you've got a Quest, an Oculus Quest VR headset, you can, in a limited fashion, walk around the bridge area or the cockpit, depending on what type of ship you got, to a degree. Obviously, within the confines of your actual real world and how long the cable is to your headset. You can't. There's no kind of general walking around, and there certainly aren't any ship interiors yet in Elite Dangerous, which is something we rib the developers about constantly, because they told us many years ago there's no gameplay involved in ship interiors, and we beg to differ. So right now, no. Maybe in the future, but no time soon, alas. You can call me So-So. Okay, well, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. I will call you So-So from now on. So I thought more like Starfield, yes, inside, like with the new No Man's Sky. We have played the No Man's Sky on the stream relatively recently, and that is very, very cool. We did make some spaceships with that, and that is very good. I'd love to see that for Elite Dangerous. I don't think we're going to see it anytime soon. We may not ever even see it in this version of Elite Dangerous, because some people who are coder types, which I'm not, do suggest that maybe the game engine just isn't up to the job of doing that, due to the way it's designed and other stuff. I can't possibly comment because I don't know, but it does seem to be something that Frontier are not able to do, at least at present. So in VR you can walk over to the window. So you can wander around the cockpit using the VR's own sort of spatial awareness stuff, which is pretty cool. It does look really nice, particularly on the ships with bigger bridges. And it does give you a real sense of being in the ship, because of course the ship is still doing its thing whilst you're walking around and admiring it, which is quite cool. Good for immersion. But other than that, no, there's no official way to walk around your ship on the inside. You can jump up and down on the outside, but it's not quite the same thing. So maybe that's enough for you. I mean, if you've got a VR headset, then definitely give it a whirl, because it is very, very, very cool indeed. But you're not going to get that sort of No Man's Sky or Star Citizen or Starfield type effect with Elite Dangerous right now. Bitstorm says it's very cool. You can stand there with your hands behind your back, contemplating the planet below. Unfortunately, you can also continue walking right through the hull. No, I think what you mean there, Bitstorm, is you can phase interdimensionally through the hull using some super advanced piece of technology that I've just plucked out of the air. Yeah, that's exactly what you meant. Yeah, I thought so. No, I'm just reflecting here because it's cancelled my hyperspace lock again, hasn't it? Why does it? Is this a known bug? This seems to happen to me a lot. Either I press a button and I don't notice it, or the hyperspace just says, you know what, that route you plotted? Nah, not doing that anymore. I have to go and replot it again. Which is somewhat annoying, really, more than anything else. Is what the reason I like Sightwinders, so I can fly with my head sticking to the top. Is that like driving some sort of small micro car with a sunroof? You just look out through the top of the car. I can actually do that in my MX-5 because I normally drive with the seat fully reclined, so I'm kind of underneath the windshield, which is obviously a safer way of driving an MX-5. But if I put the seat fully up, not that there's a great deal of adjustment, but I can therefore look over the top of the windscreen because it's such a small car, which must be similar effect apart from there's obviously like a 50-mile-an-hour wind blowing in your face. Don't try that with a hat, by the way. I almost lost a hat in my MX-5 because I completely forgot I was wearing it and got in the car and thought, I'm not going to be able to go above about 30 miles an hour or aerodynamics is going to deprive me of my favourite headpiece. So I had to return swiftly to base and dispatch the hat and put on one of those baseball cap type things. Well, in fact, not a baseball cap type thing, a baseball cap. Putting it on, of course, with the front bit forward because I'm not young. Sunroofs are cool. Yeah, I like sunroofs. I like having an extra bit of light above my head. Of course, two of my cars don't have sunroofs because they have air conditioning. It seems a bit pointless having sunroofs and air conditioning. But I do like the extra light, to be honest. So I'd rather have both if I could. But it doesn't seem to be a very common. It's done it again. Look. My hyperspace has been cancelled. Why is it? This is actually now annoying. Why does it keep cancelling my hyperspace route? Well, hang on, look, I've just found some human civilizations off the starboard bow. What's going on here? Let's go and investigate. Yeah, oh, it's the Federation. The Federation are out here. I can get my ship repaired. It's not very far off my. Oh, I'm gonna take a detour. Let's take a detour. My first car was a 2C. Oh, those ones. They had the fabric rollback ones, didn't they? They were really cool. We are going to take a detour because I've just found some civilizations out here in the darkness of space. Yeah, I've been a passenger in a 2CV. I've never driven one. Didn't they have the gear stick in the dashboard like that? This sounded gloriously French. And the ladder frame, excellent. I do remember the somewhat alarming handling of the 2CV, which I was not prepared for the first time I went in one. And yeah, the girl who was driving it clearly knew about this, and it didn't warn me what was about to take place when we went round the first corner at what I could only assume was actually quite a relatively low speed, but for a 2CV possibly the upper echelons of what it was actually capable of doing. It leant over so far, I literally thought the thing was going to tip over. It was quite alarming. But, oh no, okay, there's an outpost here, but I can't land at an outpost, can I? So this is another disadvantage of the Caspian, is I can't land. So, now this is there going to be anything here with a base big enough for me to actually land at? This is a good question. So there's a small pocket of civilization out here, which I don't know why they're here. Is there? Can I filter for size of landing pads in any way? Because otherwise, there are always fleet carriers. But are there? There aren't any in this system. Nobody's here. So, is that a thing? Can you show fleet carriers on the galactic map? I feel these are skills I should know. Okay, you know of one in Peru. Okay, so you know there's one about. It'd be nice if there was a way of filtering. And I can't see that this. Okay, this one is basically saying it's a low security industrial economy with 114,000 people. So none of that one. Hang on, this one here has got 1.8 million. That one you would have thought would have a sizable station in it. 1.8 million is a decent size. Let's see what's there, because you can't get 1.8 million people aboard an outpost, can you? That doesn't make any sense at all. Let's go over and check that one out. You can't filter the galaxy map for fleet carriers. That would be quite useful, although it would be overloaded in quite a lot of zones, wouldn't it? Yes, I haven't even seen a 2CV in years. It's things like that when you realise time has moved on quite a long way, isn't it? You think, oh yeah, they're all over the place, and then suddenly they aren't. And what you think is a 20-year-old car is actually a 40 or 50-year-old car. And you go, oh no, I'm old. How annoying. Right, so we're here. Let's have a look. Is there a bigger station here? Oh, there's a planet outpost. And there's a couple of first landing opportunities as well. What are these things? What are these X's? Don't recognise them. What are these? Are they bases of some kind? Just doesn't tell me what they are. That's a station, and down here on the planet there's something. What's down here? Oh, we don't know because we haven't scanned it yet. Oh, it's an installation. It's a player system. Okay, we could check it out. X is an installation, no landing. But we could go and just have a look. Ban Prospect, Wellman Vision, and McAllister's Folly. So these things that people are building. Let's go and check it out. Just since we're here. Go to Peru equal. Okay, we'll go there next then, because it'd be good just to get my ship prepared for my amazing landing skills. There might be there's a bar on the fleet carrier as well, isn't there? So anybody who's out there with me could meet me in the bar in the fleet carrier. We'll do that because what are we doing? We got a little bit of time left. Let's just check this out. So 69EL says X is an installation. So what does that mean? That means somebody's building something. Large ships can land at planet base. Well, we'll check out the planet base since it's here. I'll go to that planet. See what's because it's got 1.8 million people. There should have some large ships, right? One would have thought. Okay, there's 2 moons here, which is quite nice. So let's see what this is. Baron D says large ships can land at planet bases. Okay, cool. We'll give that a whirl. We'll give it a whirl. is... Oh, okay. Industrial installations. What is this? Is this the precursor to a colonization step? Is that what this thing is? It's got a big thing, isn't it? No. Okay, so what's this for then? Installations are used for colonization points and services. Okay. Need a big thing, don't they? Oops. Donk. I'm not the world's best space pilot, as you know. Not allowed to dock, there's nothing here. The left panel has some information if I select it. Okay, let's look on target. Planetary construction site, Bazoo military. Can't say anything to it though. A construction depot that will purchase construction commodities to build a new facility. Okay, so that's basically, yeah, so... there we go. Right, okay, in that case, let's go down to the port. Let's go over here.
Frameshift drive charging.
Let's go and see if we can land at anything on this particular planet. It's an insane amount of regeneration, isn't it? Oh, did I not update my filter? Oh, okay. Let's go here and see if there's a base. It's all about the base, so I've been told. I came out of SCO drive too early again. See, I'm still not getting the hang of this SCO drive. Start stopping this. Oh, so you can use them for BGS activities as well. Okay. Not something I've done a lot of, actually, BGS, but... Totally addicted to base. Okay, so there's the gas giant. There's a lot of ships here, but all the super crews. Oh, it's an Earth-like world, I think. Might be worth a scan. Right, let's see. Have I now got resolution on it? There's the base. There it is there. Oh, that's the... oh, someone's been built, so that's all that's there. Can I land at that? I don't think I can. It's only a planetary construction site. Does that allow me to land? Somebody's building something out here. Well, let's find out. I can land there. Okay. Let's check it out. And possibly repair as well. That'd be handy. That's what's quite cool actually, because presumably in time players are going to be able to. Because this is already a fair way out of the bubble, so it's quite cool that players are already out here building stuff. So there's going to be a load of civilizations on the route to Colonia before too long, aren't there?
Orbital flight engaged.
Quite good for SRV racing as well. Nice. Can't see it yet. So some player. Colonia is the old restriction. It's like it's like London to Birmingham, basically, isn't it? up the M6 or the M1. No, it's not. That's it. It's the M1 or the M4, isn't it? Whoa, 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 whoa! Why are we coming in so hot? Just glide seems to come out. There we go. I've just forgotten my geography. Is it? It's the No, it's the M40 or the M6, isn't it? No, the M1 and the M40. I'll stop. I can't remember. I haven't been down there for such a long time. I've forgotten.
Docking request.
Used to drop those roads. Oh, there is. Oh, this is quite cool. So somebody's building this, but they haven't finished it yet, basically, haven't they? I'm becoming Scottish. I can't remember. I mean, we don't have any motorways up where I live at all. There are, there's barely even a dual carriageway. So, motorways are kind of weird, scary things as far as I'm concerned now. Because I just don't use them. I haven't been on the motorway since, I can't remember when now. Certainly not in the last year.
Docking successful.
There we are. Oh, so we can refuel and repair. And there are some construction services available. That's quite cool. Okay, so I could potentially contribute here. Well, obviously I'm not going to because I haven't got any of the stuff, but I could if I wanted to help. Interesting enough, this looks like somebody started this. I don't think they've done anything much, have they? Okay, so what does a military base do? Can we have a poke around it? Let's just have a look around and drive around with a Scorpion, because why wouldn't you, right? A motorway, a road that doesn't have any sheep on it.
Low gravity warning.
Just brought my ship. There we go. Anyway, let's go have a look. I did like, they flatten the area, and there's little areas where it's bump mapped still, which is quite cool. This looks like an awful lot of containers here. It's quite nicely done, though. Got big heavy lifting cranes. Nice. They are quite good for races. I can see why they're good for races. I like that. There's the Earth-like planet up there in the sky. That's pretty cool as well. They are good for races, aren't they? I can see why. Got nice flat racetrack. We like this. This is good. Maximum power. See, the Scorpion is such much better thing to ride. Here we go. Let's take a jump. Okay, the jumps. Oh no, it's spun out. Try that again. Round. Just gently take the run up. Oh, I missed it. Bonk. Even in zero, close to 0G, that's got to hurt, right? Now that I'm wrecking somebody's military base. You see, I feel there should be a little bit of security around here. Oh, there's Commander Cyber Army upside down. There is a gun though, isn't it? It's just not targeting me, fortunately. What happens if I open fire on things? Will it shoot back? Quite a nice looking gun, isn't it? Looks like a beam laser on a mountain. Can I bop you off the lampposts? Oh, you got yourself stuck. Yeah, right, here we go. Back. Bopping things is my speciality. Let's see if we can give you a bop, Commander. Is that enough of a bop? I think you're now attached to me rather than attached to... Are you free? Free and clear to navigate. Yeah, there we go. I thought it was, I was going to use Cyber Derby as a hood ornament there for a while. What happens if we do shoot something? Combat mode. Engage. Let's see if we can shoot this turret. What happens? Does anything happen? Oh, fine gained. Damaging defences. Okay, fair enough. Oh, 100 credits! I'm going to have to give up this life of crime. Okay, so somebody somewhere is keeping an eye on things. There's these hollows around, which is quite good. I'm now a criminal again, which is very common for me. Right, I'll get back to my ship and we'll go and find this fleet carrier. Where was the fleet carrier again? Well, that's not my ship. It's my ship. It's over there. One of the other patches active, something else coming out. Oh, there's an asp over there. Can't remember last time. Oh, there's another ship coming out. No. It's an Caspian Explorer. Fernando Magellan in his Caspian Explorer. Good name for an explorer, Mr. Magellan. Cannot board ship is docked. Okay. How do I get back on board my ship? Oh, I can. There we are. I just wasn't quite in the right place. I know the planet in the sky is really nice, isn't it? Thank you for the link there. We'll head there next, Top Shot. I just want to scan that.
Warning, thermal attack. Gaining heat.
Oh.
Under attack.
Whoa, somebody's killing me.
Damage. Shields offline. Ship released. Engines engaged.
Oh no.
Hull integrity critical.
Oh no, what happened?
Eject.
Did I started it. And they decided to kill me for 100 credit fine. It was an anti-ship weapon I shot with my SRV. They took me out. Oh, nightmare. That's the first time my Caspian's been destroyed. Oh no! I lost my limpets and everything. It wouldn't be a true stream without some death. And all those guns! No! Financial support. I think what I need is some good advice. Rebuy a ship. Yeah, I can have a... I'll go with that one. Can I have all my stuffs back? It does do that. Good. Okay. Where's it going to put me, though? Where's it going to put me? Dear, nightmare. I had no idea that was going to happen. Okay, so here's a tip, everybody: don't shoot stuff unless you been. I'm at Ashcliffe Penitentiary. Nice. In the cold. Where the hell am I? This stream has not gone to plan. I am. That's where you guys are. What's the inside of a penitentiary look like? I think I'm going to have to end the stream here and have a look around. Just go from somewhere far, far away. So this is the penitentiary.
Magnetic contact active.
And I've been arrested and told off. They killed me for 100 credit fine. See, the justice system of the Elite Dangerous universe is it's a very curious place. Am I back in the bubble? I suppose I must be on the edge of the bubble. I was sent back quite a long way, wasn't I? Yeah, the rotters. Does this go anywhere? What's on the penitentiary? It's presumably there's no penitentiary any closer, is there? It was a terrible, unprovoked attack when the base had to defend itself from a cruel, unwarranted attitude. You're quite right. I did ask for it. I wasn't expecting them to blow me to pieces, though. So this is the penitentiary, is it? Okay. So don't you normally end up in one of these cells? Why am I in my ship? Oh well. I mean, yeah. And obviously, I'm free to leave. 1,000 light years. First they shoot you, then they put you in jail. It's a curious justice system. And then they give you a ship back. I'm 1,000 light years back. I guess you could have driven miles away from the base and recorded your ship. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to be shot at, I must admit. To be fair, it was a good test of the anti-aircraft guns, wasn't it? Test very effective indeed. I don't think have I paid the credit? I don't think I've even paid the fine. I suppose I ought to do that. Stupid game. It's a bit like army traffic wardens with Mashik. It is, isn't it? Let's have a look. What are my starport services? Have I got a fine to pay? There's nothing. Contacts. Have I got a fine to pay? No, it looks like it's been automatically deducted. Well, you're going to suggest I'm literally on the edge of the bubble, which is kind of annoying because you guys are all the way over there. How far away is that? 15 jumps. It's not too far, but it's 1,000 light years. Dear. Well, I'll retrace my steps in next week's exciting episode of Elite Dangerous. Drew does stupid things on Elite Dangerous. Drew's at Lighthouse. No, it took me too long. And I need to jump onto another call, unfortunately, after the stream. So I'm afraid, my lovelies, I'm going to have to leave it there. But that'd be a salutary lesson. Don't. Yeah, that's right. Tell you what, next week, let's get a posse together and bomb the hell out of that military installation, shall we? Wouldn't that be fun to be able to do? You tangled with the wrong guy. We could blow it to pieces. That would be awesome. Dear, oh dear. So how does this rank compared to Monday's stream? How many times did I die on Monday's stream? I think I died 3 or 4 times. I don't think I actually died. I think I just got... I think the Admiral didn't like me and demoted me. Yeah, everyone obeyed the law. Nuke the site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. Exactly. So yeah, okay. Well, I'll be. I need to be. Well, that was a good shakedown run of my Caspian Explorer, which has now been blown to pieces and reassembled. It was game overs, not actual deaths. You're quite right, Solstice Project. You're quite right. I didn't actually die. just got I just got demoted. Busted down to a junior lieutenant, I think. Right, well, the next week's exciting episode, I'll see what I can do about that, and hopefully make some progress. But there we go. Right, be good, my friends. Look after yourselves. Have a fantastic week ahead. Stay safe in any snow that you encounter. And I will see you on Monday for some more Star Trek, where we will boldly go trying to find a save game that actually works. And yeah, I'll keep an eye out for my hat badge. That's really weird. Take it easy, my friends. Be good. See you soon. Round Commanders and 07. Welcome back to 2026 as well. It's good to see you all. See you soon. Be good. Take care now.